Okay. Hey
I could
there,
sit here
Tom.
and I could sit here and talk for days, man. I'm just like,
Yeah, that's great, man. That's the kind of people I need, really. Like,
yeah,
because
yeah,
there's a lot to it, and you actually like your story's pretty interesting. You came from Denmark, now you're living in LA, right? And you've actually been
exactly.
pretty successful, right?
I'm having the time of my life, man, for sure. I got to meet new friends. I got to see old friends. Just like Toto lives here in Hollywood in LA, so I got to see those guys. Yeah, like new lifelong friends I made here, playing a bunch of shows in Hollywood and LA. Did a
Uh-huh.
small tour, so everything is going pretty well, I think.
Living the life,
Uh,
and you don't
Well,
even
Can you
have.
it's
guys hear me now?
I can hear you, Tom. Welcome.
Perfect. Welcome. Thank you so much. Good evening, everybody.
Good evening. Good evening. Thank you for being
Good
here.
evening. No problem. No problem. Thank you for inviting me and that I can join this kind of podcast and let's see who I can meet, you know?
Yeah, so happy that
So,
you're here. I'm having a conversation with my friend Christian. He's from Denmark. He just working in LA. He's been pretty successful as a drummer
oh,
and
wow.
more, right?
Oh, Denmark's a beautiful country. I remember that Elton John recorded his album Slipping with the Past in
Yeah,
Denmark. Is
exactly,
that?
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
So it's a great album, really great album. It's with the hit Sacrifice and Healing Hands. It's a perfect album from 1998.
Yeah,
Perfect album,
exactly.
one of his best of the 80s.
Hmm.
So yeah, I'm a big Elton John fan. That's also why I became a musician. And the story starts very sad. My mom died when I was 8 years old, and then my father knew another woman that was engaged with to a relationship because my parents were already separated. So and her sister gave her a cassette with music of the Lion King. So I put it on. And then I asked my dad, "Who's the man that's singing?" He told me that's Elton John. And then my whole life started from there. You know that his music was always there, and in the dark times, also the good times. You know, and then I started. I also wanted to learn to play the piano, write songs. That's how it all became. So
Wow.
Great
Hey,
story,
yeah,
man. Great
it's a
story.
great story,
yeah.
man. Yeah.
Thank you. And now I've written 101 songs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
Excellent. So
thank you.
have you recorded any of them? Are you on YouTube? Some we can
I
show?
am on YouTube. I'm on SoundCloud. I got my own web page. It's called www. No, what is way in English? Just www.thestorysongs.nl.
The story songs.
Yeah, yeah.
Story
Because my
songs.
songs are songs that are stories that are being told. That's how I became the story songs. Yeah.
Oh, that's beautiful, man. I like that
Thank,
concept.
thank you.
The
And I
storysongs.nl, yes?
yeah, yeah, perfect. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna
And
okay.
there are the whole story is being told in the beginning also, and there are three songs with vocals and piano on there because I didn't find the right singer to sing them all. And then for the rest, it's all instrumental music. I love to write instrumental. I love to write music with lyrics. It's just
Uh-huh. Yeah,
I
me
don't know.
too.
It's just I just sit at the piano and start writing always. You know, it doesn't matter where I am. Maybe in a music store or on the central station or at home. I just sit and start to write directly, just like that.
That's beautiful, man. How do I find you on YouTube?
When you go to my website, you can look under the page, and there is all my social media.
Oh, nice. Okay,
Thank
the
you,
NL,
story
thank
that's
you.
songs.
that's that's Holland, right?
Yeah,
Netherlands.
from
Yeah.
Holland.
Oh, great.
Okay.
I have a good friend in Holland. He's a great drummer. He's called Raymond Harville. Great drummer from Holland. Really great drummer. He's a good friend of mine.
Oh, nice, nice. Well,
Nice,
where does
man.
he live?
He lives in Holland. I don't really know exactly where he lives, but like l look him up, Raymond Harville. He is awesome, man. He's like a really nice cat. Um,
Raymond.
uh,
Can you type in
Her
H? What was that? HTR?
E R like an Eric
Uh-huh.
Er Uh, I think Velle, I think.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm guys. I'm also cooking at the moment, so then you know.
right.
What are you
I also
cooking,
Uh,
need to
Tom?
eat, you know. Hmm?
maybe type in drummer too.
Okay, okay.
Raymond Hart and drummer.
What are you
You
Yeah.
know,
cooking?
I'm cooking spaghetti.
Oh,
Oh,
great.
okay.
So
Having your lunch. Having your lunch.
no,
Let
no,
me
no, 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 my evening dinner because it's in the evening right now.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
So
You're
Yeah, it's like
how
nine o'clock, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's 9 o'clock right now. I'm a little bit late, but I when I came back from work, I fell asleep, you know. And then I woke up. I'm like, okay, I need to cook, you know. It's quite funny how it goes, and no, I don't know if you notice, but in these days it's very hard to find the right musicians, and I try to get myself out there, you know, but it's all the musicians are always about the money. It's very important when you start something that you start with your heart, and then when you start to perform, then you're going to earn the money. You know, but all these musicians, they want
Yeah,
money up front. I'm like, that's not how it works, you know. And also for me, when I was starting to work with one singer, she's an incredible singer. I was very fond of her. But then she started about she even wants to have money to come to rehearsals. She wants to have more money for recording some songs for me. I'm like, really? You know, because when I work with somebody, I see myself like as somebody who is like a teamwork, you know, like a team, not somebody who is separated from me, you know, just like a team. Because
yeah,
I heard a story from her that her dad he pays the musicians for everything, but then to me it feels like you are not one team. When you are one team, you work to a goal, and then you start to earn money when you're going to perform. To me, it feels like that, you know, when you put the work in. Then you get then you get the rewards from that. That's how I see it.
Yeah, I mean, there's lots of different situations that can happen. Like, for instance, when I had a band with my friends when I was growing up, of course, we were a team. We were working together. We knew each other. We trusted each other. But then, for instance, if I go to a different country, like say, like last month I was in New York, I was looking for musicians, and I was like I wanted musicians for my band that I didn't know, and I want them to work in my project. Then, of course, I gotta pay them, because they don't know me. They don't
Yeah,
know nothing about them. I'm hiring them. So I
yeah,
cannot expect for someone to work for free for me. No, it's
no,
different. If
no.
you have a team and you're all friends and you know each other, yeah, you can have a band and they're not gonna be worrying about the money. I don't worry about the money in music. I have a day job, right? So I do
Yeah, yeah,
music
yeah, yeah.
because I like it. But then if I put on a band and I need to hire musicians, I gotta pay them, right?
But that's a different scenario, you know, because for me, I'm like, I want to, like I said, I want to put a team together with musicians and a singer, and then that's the difference, I think. I don't want to
Yeah.
hire musicians. I want to be like a family, you know? Just,
I know, but
oh,
the problem is that that's supposed to happen organically. Like if there's your friends and all. I've had bands too that I didn't pay them because I knew them, right? But if it's
mm,
someone I don't know, I'm not gonna expect them to work for free for me, Like no one's gonna work for free.
mm,
You need to know them
no.
first, right?
That's true. That's true.
Um,
You know, it's very hard for me because I get money from the government because of certain circumstance,
uh-huh.
and so I
That's
cannot
good.
pay the machine, but I can pay a little bit. You know, that's no problem. But some I
Right.
just also
No,
yeah,
I
you
know. I
know.
mean, it's hard for me. I just put out an album too, and it's an instrumental album. I just wanted to show you guys my YouTube channel. Is this Lance
Oh,
Blunt?
perfect,
And
yeah.
perfect.
Please, please.
yeah, you can subscribe. I just subscribe to your channels too. And in my latest album, I just recorded all the instruments by myself. It's an instrumental
Oh
album,
wow,
and now I'm looking for a band to play it. So if
wow.
I'm gonna start looking for people who don't like, they're not in it for the money and they're not gonna charge, yeah, I can do it, but it's gonna be harder for me to find people. Like if I
Yeah,
want to get the best drummer I can find and the best guitar player and the best bass, I'm gonna have to pay them, right? But for that, I need to put on a big show and sell lots of tickets, you
but
know.
you know what the big problem also is? A lot of I also see it a couple of times. A lot of musicians when they go to the conservatorium, they think they are the best. But I'm
Yeah,
like, you know, a lot of people that go to the conservatorium. They cannot
Yeah,
make their own music anymore because they're so programmed like a robot to read only notes, but they cannot think for themselves anymore. That's the whole problem.
that is true. That is true. There's a lot of
Yeah.
ego involved in musicians.
Yeah.
They think
And
they're the
Times
best.
are
I
changing
never,
too.
yeah, and I never understood because I'm a man who works with his heart, and I never understood why people need to have those egos. I'm not like that. I'm like, even if somebody comes up to me and tells me I'm a good piano player, I'm getting scared, you know, and I'm like, really, me? You know, it's for me, it's like I
Uh,
don't work with my ego. I don't know. Ego destroys a lot of things.
yeah, that is true. That is true. I mean, it's a big topic because lots of musicians, I mean, the idea is not to be in it for the money, but then again, we all need money and we all need
Yeah.
for our projects to work. So the thing is not to get involved and lost in this, like because I see a lot of musicians that are really good, start playing and they love what they're doing, but they're dreaming about making it big. And if they don't make it big, they feel frustrated and they start like stop enjoying it,
Yeah.
you know, and
And
so
that's the problem. You need to do it because you like to do it, because you
Mhm.
enjoy to do it, and not because of the money, you know?
Yeah, because if you want money, you better do something else because it's not easy to make money on this. You need to be really persistent. Unless you, I mean, for example, Christian, I think that's a good example because I guess you are making money because you are working, right? You're working with
I
different
do. I
bands
do.
and all. And how's that situation? Like, do you feel you made the right choice? You're making enough money that,
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, I have never been wrong one day in my life. I mean, the by the time I figure out like this is what I wanted to do, that was from day one. Like we were just talking about Tipicaro and how he changed my life and stuff. That was the moment where I knew that was what I was gonna do with my life. I wanted to play. I wanted to become a successful drummer musician. I want to travel the world and I want to see stuff and get to play with some really talented musicians and stuff. And you know, it at the beginning, it's just hard. I'm sorry, my friends, but it's a whole shit show. I mean, get your own music. Like we're talking about the startup phase
yeah,
here with like
I know.
get the
Trying
right
to be an
musicians,
artist.
get like some music out there. I mean, the startup phase is just so hard. But once like you're breaking through this whole thing, you're in there. I mean, while you
Uh-huh.
start gigging, you starting networking, you start to put your name out there, that's where the balls start rolling. But like it takes time and
But
you gotta practice
uh-huh.
so hard. Because like, you
And
know,
also
these
meeting the
days
right people. Also meeting the right
Meeting
people,
the
that's
right
also a
people.
problem.
And I think it
that's the
was
networking part.
uh-huh.
You gotta go out to those jam sessions and play with a
Yeah.
ton of shitty people, but there might be one or two musicians in there that's actually like
Uh-huh.
world-class musicians. That's the people you want to meet and hang out with. So
Yeah,
you
but it
gotta go
was
out there and like jam with people, meet people, go to concerts, just start
be
talking with
there, right?
people.
What was it?
Um,
It was crucial for you to move to LA. Like you couldn't have done it from Denmark or no?
Denmark is just like way too small for me. I mean, both
Mhm.
like, you know, population wise, but also like
Yeah.
music wise. Like Denmark is like a very modern pop, electro pop, and jazz. Uh,
Right.
so Denmark is like 6 million people, and the music I wanted to do, I wanted to play. This is like no room for it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like I mean, I like we're talking about like doing this not for the money, but through the heart and like from the passion and stuff. I had a great
Yeah.
life back in Denmark. I mean, I love playing in Denmark. I had a shit ton of shows in Denmark,
Mm-hmm.
but I didn't feel I was going anywhere with it because like yeah, I was
Yeah.
playing with for other people and like had a ton of gigs, went on the road
Paid
and
gigs and
all this
all.
stuff. Absolutely. I mean, it was like really well paid gigs, but
Mm-hmm.
like I I was kind of burned out by it because I was playing the same venues with the same people, get
Yeah, I get
a
it. The
lot of
scene is
money,
too small.
which was this scene is just too small. You know, I'm a big '80s guy. I mean, we're talking about
Mm,
Toad and all this stuff.
mm,
And there's
yeah.
just like no room for it in Denmark. In LA, there's room for everything, for everyone, everybody, every style of music. You just have to find it. LA is such a big city, so in order for me to be satisfied, you know what I mean? Like to really
Mhm.
feel I belong to a certain place, I had to pull out my roots and go over here and
Mm.
see what this is league was.
If
Uh,
you You think you make the same as if you would have chosen another career, maybe in banking or whatever
No,
kind of career that, though that was not an option. That was never an option.
I have never thought of anything else. I mean,
Right.
this like I knew I was gonna play music from day
Uh-huh.
one. Um,
Uh-huh.
and that's
Yeah.
why I owe
That's the
the Toto dudes so much because like they really opened my eyes.
admirable.
This is like that's what I wanted to do for my whole life. You know,
Uh-huh.
I practiced like so hard through my whole life. I'm only good at playing music. I'm not a great football player or a book guy or
That's
whatever.
what you
I'm a
do.
musician inside out.
Uh-huh.
So for me that was like the only option. And in order for me to really get satisfied, I had to move. Um,
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
um, it
Uh,
costs a lot of money, but like I owe a lot of people a lot of gratitude, I'm really thankful for all also like the love and support. It's like, you know, it's pulling up your roots and moving to LA, you know, you're
yeah.
setting your life on standby, like your friends and family, your work, everything, you're putting it on hold to move. And I'm not sure, I mean, those opportunities I had back then is there when I get back, if I ever will get back, I don't know.
Mhm.
So it's a
What
big, huge gamble for me right now, but I feel like I did the right thing. I made the right move.
what you just said about giving back, I love that because I do the same thing. It's always important to never forget where you came from because there's where your roots are. Those are the people that helped you, and it's very important to keep them in the spotlight because without them, you will not be there where you are now.
Absolutely. You
Yeah,
you gotta give your family and friends a lot of credit for it because like without them I would never be able to be here right now.
yeah.
But I also work my butt off. It's not only them. I mean, I practice. So I mean, I've been playing drums for 25 years this year, and I've been practicing pretty much every day.
Hmm.
So practicing,
You work your
you
ass off. You work harder than any other industry.
you have to work your butt off because like everyone wants to
That's
be
what it
great
is.
at everybody wants to be great at what they're doing because like but like you have to stand out, you really have to
Yeah.
stand out, and the only way
Yeah.
to stand out is practicing more than anybody else and go network and go talk to people, go to like free jam sessions and play free shows in the beginning. It's like, you know, um getting in there is so super hard,
Yeah. Yeah.
so you
Starting
have to
is
do a
hard.
lot of things for free, just like to get in
At the
there
beginning, yeah. I went
at the
when I was in New
beginning.
York, I was there for a month and I did everything for free
You
because I
have
just
to.
I wanted to meet people. I played drums with this girl. I played even with
Mhm.
this other band. I played guitar. I recorded people, everything for free, just because
Yeah,
I wanted to network, right? I was gonna stay only 1 month in New York. If I charge, I'm gonna lose opportunities of meeting
Yeah.
people.
exactly,
So
exactly.
I might win
Um,
$100, but I'd rather not win the $100 and meet a lot of people and maybe have a future project or something.
exactly. Like for like
That was
just like
Tom saying. Mhm.
Yeah.
exactly, and like, you know, I got a lot of gigs in LA through Facebook actually, just like by being in those groups and like respond to all like, you know, there's a lot of posts on Facebook saying, yeah, I need a drummer for this gig,
Yeah,
this
exactly.
Saturday, who's available? I'm the first every time to respond.
Exactly. Exactly.
Wow.
You have to be on it.
Yeah.
And also like this whole social network thing is like a whole new thing. Because like you gotta be like the master of the social media. It's not enough to be
The
great
game
at
has
what you
changed.
do. The
Exactly.
Yeah.
game
Yeah.
I
has
hate
changed,
social media. I hate it. I hate it. I hate social media. Don't like it.
me too.
We don't have MTV no more. Like back in the day, it was hard
Exactly.
to
Yeah.
get there, but once you were there, that you were gonna be successful, guaranteed. But now it's easy to be there. Like everyone's out there, but
Yeah.
how do you get people looking at you, right? How do you get
Exactly. You have to stand
Mhm.
out. You have to be better
you
than
gotta be
anybody
creative.
else.
This is actually
Uh,
a strategy for me. So I'm starting my podcast. I want to interview lots of musicians because every musician want to be interviewed and they all want to talk about it. And then when I got a lot of people, everyone can show their music, and then we can do, like everyone starts growing from there, and you need to get people involved. Like just
Yeah.
putting your
Absolutely.
It,
stuff out there,
it,
just
it,
putting, You go, Tom.
And also to get back on what we talked about earlier, you can be the best musician in the world, but if
Exactly.
you don't feel the music of somebody, it doesn't matter. I would love to go with somebody who's not that great, but feels my music. Because if you work with the best of the best and you don't feel your music, it doesn't really matter because it will not come over like the people cannot feel it when somebody doesn't feel your music. And that's also the problem with me. I got a lot of music that is really goes very deep songs. And for me, finding the right musician is very hard because I have some kind of feeling with these songs. I try to let it go, but it's very difficult to find those people who can feel that music that you wrote, and that's kind of also a big problem for me.
It's a big topic about how to put your music out there. And like me as a musician, I think we have control until like the music we create. You gotta love what you do, but then you cannot make other people like it. You just need to put it out there.
Yeah,
You'll see if someone else like it. That one thing is like being really active, really like networking and working. Like one thing is working because if you're a musician, you can find jobs in bands, you can find jobs recording, you can find jobs teaching, just working, right? Making money. And the other
yeah,
thing is putting your music out there. Like, I
yeah,
don't like promoting my music too much because I feel like that's not my job. Like, I don't want to say, hey, listen to my music, listen to my music, listen to my music. I don't like that. I do my music and it's out there, and I cannot control if people listen to it or not. Right.
no,
So that's two things. If I need money, I'm gonna work. If I want to do music, I put out my music. I don't expect to be paid for it. It's something I do that I want to do it, right? But if a lot of people like it, I can put a show and I can make money if people like it, right? But you cannot force people to like it, right?
Exactly.
no.
I mean,
It's
it's
like
hard.
it's like trying to let a girl love you. It comes
Mm.
naturally. You cannot do it like that. No, it doesn't work like that.
You scare her away. I mean, there are tricks you can seduce women still, but if you
Yeah,
be too needy, you scare her away because she feels
yeah,
she just want to be with me because she want to be with some girl. I'm just pussy.
yeah. Yeah,
You know?
yeah, but it's true. It's true. And I think a lot of a different topic, but I think a lot of men and women they don't know what it is to be in a relationship anymore. It's all about sex. I asked one man. I asked him, "What's more important, sex or a woman that trusts you and lies next to you in bed?" He said, "Sex." I said, "Wrong. When a woman trusts you and lies next to you in bed, then you don't like a man. Then you did a good
Yeah.
job. And
Look,
sex,
if
sex comes when you're
yeah.
good for your woman."
No, if he chooses sex, it's because he doesn't have any sex. People who
Yeah,
value sex is because they don't have any, right?
yeah,
When you
and
start having sex, then you realize it's not that good. Right?
it's
It's
not
better.
everything. No,
Yeah, it's better off to have someone you can trust. Sometimes you just
yeah,
for having sex, you get involved with the wrong people just because you think
yeah,
you need sex, and then you have these people like making your life miserable and impossible just because you wanted to have sex.
yeah, yeah.
Just
It's true. It's
not
true.
worth it.
And then also, I saw a girl last time on the station, and you can see everything on her. I'm like, the way she walks down the street like that, that men see that she is hopeless, and the wrong man will take advantage of that.
Yeah. Are you married, Tom?
No, I'm not. I'm still looking for my victim.
You're victim. I don't
No,
think
just
I'll ever
joking.
get
No,
married
no,
either. Nah, you become
no,
the victim then. You think you're the victim, but then you're
yeah.
the prey. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm joking, but I'm now 39 and I would love to settle down and start having family. It's like I'm getting older now. I'm like, yeah, I want some peace and happiness and a family. And for the rest, like we talked about earlier in this conversation about how hard it is in this music world and people don't see you when you don't have any money and things like that. I'm like, maybe one day I would just, if I had to choose between the family or my music career, I would know what I would choose. I would choose my family above the music because it's sometimes I'm like, ah man, it's too hard. I don't know how long I can take this, and I just want some structure in my life.
Interesting. Interesting. What about you, Chris? You feel the same?
Well, for me, if I can feed my family of what I love to do, playing music, that's where I'm done. Uh, 'Cause like right now, like being in LA, it's like me time. It's time for me to
Hmm.
have some fun.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Do you have kids or family?
I don't have any kids or family yet, and that's why it has to. I'm 31, and that's why it has to be now or never. Because, like, within the few years, I might starting a family. I have no idea what's going on. Because, like, I'm
Yeah.
31. It's like a now or never. Because, like, I would never be able to travel the world when I'm 40 years old, having
Well,
family and kids and whatever.
you never know. You never
You
know.
never know, but like, it's super, super rare
But
that.
you
Yeah.
do wanna get married and settle down.
Absolutely. I mean, I think that's the goal for all of us.
I don't really see myself like that. I don't like getting married and all. I want to be really successful. I have a kid
Mhm,
already. I've been engaged, but I
mhm.
didn't get married. And now I see, I don't know. I think if I got married, I'd be happy at the beginning, but then my life would be miserable. I don't know. I think that's like I'll be
I mean,
fighting with,
if you met your love of your life, you
and
would.
yeah, I've met quite a few love of my life. So that's the problem with me. I fall in love real fast. I'm really like, so I
Mm,
fall. So then if every girl I see, I fall in love. But now that
I
I'm
know the
older,
problem.
yeah, I mean, but then no, I've had relationships and sometimes they can be hell, like they can
Mm,
really make your life miserable and you just want to be alone and you just want to like you say, Chris, like it's me time, right? But me time too
Exactly.
long can get boring too. You want someone to be with, right?
It's a fine balance for sure, but like you gotta have, and even though you are in a relationship or have kids or met, you really gotta need that private time for just yourself.
yeah.
You
Yeah,
don't want to
Yeah.
share your whole everyday life with your
yeah,
girl or your kids. You need that private
Yeah.
space during the day. It's super, super important.
yeah,
Because
I
like
had I had a
your
girl.
private hours is like where
Yeah.
you can like go into your own room or go into your private space, playing music, talk to your friends, or just playing some PlayStation or whatever. It's
Yeah.
super
Yeah. Yeah.
important to have. It's like me time, an everyday me time.
yeah. Hmm.
And
You know,
your
I
girl or a kid have to respect that.
Yeah,
Uh,
Yeah, I had a girlfriend, and she was really. I learned a lot from her. Only the thing is, she was a girl that did not listen to me, and also when I was doing my own thing, she was trying to intervene. I told her many times, "Don't do that. Also need my own time." But she keep on doing because she was like that, and we still
yeah,
have contact. Maybe one day, maybe we'll come back together. But I think the most important thing in a relationship is that you can work like a team, and that means also that you keep room for each other's wishes and let leave each other alone time after time. But and also work together. So it really needs to be like in a team. When you can work like a team, then you have a perfect relationship.
it's like the mutual respect. I mean,
Yeah,
you gotta respect your girl equally as you gotta respect you. And if you need some space, you gotta take that space. You gotta take the time
yeah.
off from your family. Or
yeah,
if you want to go somewhere by yourself, do it. Like talk to your girl about it and be like, hey, I need like a day off. Can I go here or whatever? I need
yeah.
like some time to do what I love to do. I love you guys so much, but like I need my private time. And I'm
Mhm.
sure if you found the love of your life, they will understand it. Uh,
Yeah. Yeah, the funny thing is with her, she always wanted to know where I was, but the
Mm,
other way around, she did not do that. And I'm like, that doesn't work like that. If you want something from me,
yeah,
I can ask you the same thing.
exactly. That's disrespectful, right? Yeah. So,
Absolutely.
how long have you been single, Tom?
Um, I think 3 or 4 months now. Yeah.
Okay, that's not a
Well,
long
it's
time,
time to start writing.
right?
Start writing
Yeah.
songs and record them and stuff.
Yeah. Hey, we should do some recording and stuff. What about you, Chris? How long you been single?
It's been a few years now. Because like, if I wasn't single, I would have never moved to
Yeah.
LA. I
Right, right,
think
right.
I've been here for 2 years, so I'm probably 2 years and some month, I think.
Okay, okay. Did you have a
Um,
girlfriend back in Denmark that you break up that you broke up to come to America? No.
yeah, we still in contact, yeah, for sure.
Okay, okay, okay. Is she ever planning going to America? No.
No,
Okay, okay. I wanna also ask Tom. Tom, you're living in the Netherlands, yes?
Yeah,
Are
yeah.
you, do you have plans or have you ever thought about coming to America to make music or to London, like moving to a big city?
Mm. You know what the thing is? I don't even go on vacation. I hate vacation.
You do.
I'm a man who
Just
really
want peace.
is yeah, and I don't want to be too long from home. I go crazy. I don't know why, but I'm just not like that, you know.
I get that. I get
So
that. Yeah. I like to be
so
home
You,
too,
you
but I
know
maybe
like
what?
traveling, but
You know what? I had the exact same feeling, but then I started traveling on my own, and then I was like, okay,
yeah.
I don't know what home is anymore. Because like I mean, the
Uh-huh.
first time I was traveling on my own, that was in LA, because like I wanted to see how it was before I really like sold everything and really like wanted to move. So I just want to see how it was, and I was completely sold.
mm,
That was I think it was for around 3 weeks the very first time and stuff. But like I fell in love immediately, and then I came back and I was like, I don't know what home is anymore. Because like I had
mm,
I had the exact same feeling as Tom. Home is in Copenhagen, is in my bed, is in my apartment. This is where home is. But then I started traveling on my own, and then I was like,
Yeah.
I don't know where home is anymore.
You
So
know
I'm
what?
feeling
mm,
I
Uh-huh.
feel that I feel just as home being in LA as I do in
Yeah.
Copenhagen. It's a weird feeling.
Yeah. Well,
mm.
I am from I'm from Lima, Peru. This is in South America.
Oh,
Um,
cool.
yeah, and it's a big city, but it's still South America, right?
Hmm.
And when I was in New York, that was in May. I got that home feeling. That was kind of weird. Even when I was in the streets, like I don't know,
Right.
like my sister lives there, and I went there to visit her for a month, and I did a lot of music, and I was like all around. I actually was, like it's different when you travel to a country for 5 days and when you travel for a month, right? You actually,
It was me time. It was me
yeah,
time. Yeah.
and but now like you know. I don't know, like I live in Peru, which is really different because like things are
Hmm.
like cheap here. I don't have to pay rent. My whole family's here, and like I like I don't think I'm ever gonna move to anywhere else, but
Right.
I wanna visit lots of places and be there for a month or two and know people there, make music there, like do like blogging and shit, and then come back to my country, right? To Lima. I live pretty good here. I don't have to pay rent. I with make $1,000 a month and actually live pretty good, right? But even $1,000 in the States, it's just nothing,
It's nothing.
right? It's nothing. Like
No,
not
It's
even
like
no.
rent. Like
it's
rent
like
is 3,000. It's not
yeah,
even
it's
half of the
like
rent.
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Right.
LA or just like LA and New York
It's
is
impossible. You need to make at
crazy
least
expensive.
five or 8,000 a month at least.
You can do like a 3 grand a month, and then you'll be okay. Because like
Right.
I currently I live with two roommates. We have a crazy
Right.
expensive apartment. But like if you can find like a musician to share an apartment with, then you're kind of good to go.
And well, how much you
Mm,
pay? Like
yeah.
700 each, like 700, $800 each?
I think you're paying around what is it, $1,100 or something each
Each, okay.
a
And
Wow.
month.
LA for a big
Yeah.
place.
Well, it's kind of a small apartment, but
So,
it's great.
LA is really expensive. My sister was paying three 3,500 in New
Yeah, it's
York and
it's
Brooklyn
yeah,
for,
it's crazy,
um,
crazy, crazy.
yeah.
Uh,
And here I pay zero and I have a big house. So
there you
like,
go.
I
it's not
want
even,
I
was
want
it?
to share a story with you guys,
Okay.
and that's also you can all, when I tell the stories, I work with my heart. I had a couple of times that because that my songs really that people really felt those songs. I was playing on the piano in Central Station in Rotterdam. I was playing my song "Safe Land," one of my favorite songs I wrote, and there was a girl there that went through a lot in her life, and she was crying at the piano when I played that song, and that was incredible. And then maybe a few weeks after that, I was playing an instrumental "Peace of Mind," and there was somebody dancing on the stage, and I was like, "Wow," And then after that, they asked me to play at the Week of Happiness for kids that don't have no parents or different kind of stuff, why they are unhappy. So I wrote a song. I didn't know I was going to play for Ukraine kids that didn't know any English or Dutch.
Right.
But in the song, you can hear in the beginning, the middle, and the end, you can hear ta da ta ta da ta ta with my voice, and every kid was singing along. And I
Right.
say those are the moments that makes you a real human being.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was just talking with my other guest about, how in a live show you get that moment where you can connect with the crowd. But I know what you're saying, Tom, because they don't even speak the language and they can connect with the music, with the melody. You're
Yeah,
creating a connection that transcends language,
That's the
right?
beauty of it. I mean, here in LA, there's so many people from all around the world. Some people are better at speaking English than others.
Uh-huh.
But like, for example, I have a church gig. I play in a church every Sunday, and
Uh-huh.
it's a Korean church, and I have no
Oh.
idea what they are saying. I have no clue at all.
And they're
But we're
speaking
coming
English.
along. They don't speak English. They only
They're
speak
only speaking.
Korean. But we are
It's,
coming along great. I mean, we
uh-huh.
are bonding over the music, and it's beautiful.
It's beautiful.
That's the essence of music, I think. And it's the
Yeah.
most important language above all is the music. It's like
And
as Thomas said, you can connect with people without saying anything.
yeah,
You can
yeah.
really touch feelings and touch
I've
hearts without
been
saying anything.
without saying anything.
And
yeah,
Yeah.
you just can't pay for it. You just can't money is no value compared to what
no,
you're giving people.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
true,
And
true,
you will have those in your memory for the whole life. You're
yeah,
Yeah.
touching people that will be in your memory for the whole and for their memory too. And that's the
Yeah.
beauty of
true.
it. So yeah.
Yeah, I've been given
Yeah,
this.
yeah, but
That's the beauty of
that's
all
okay.
music.
But that's also what I find so sad that a lot of people, not only in music business, but a lot of different businesses, people only think about the money. But I also work with kids. A long time I work with kids,
Me
and
too.
I do it as a volunteer because I cannot work for real because of what I've been through. That's why I go to get
Mm.
money from the government. But I stand there for the kids, and what I get from those kids is something you cannot put into money. What they give you is it's unconditional love and respect that they have for you. And that is something that's more important to me than a check of maybe 100, 200. I don't care about that. I care what makes me human. That's what I care about. It's also in the music. That's what makes me human. That's what I care about. The rest I don't care about.
Yeah.
Right.
I too work with kids, but I do it for the money. Oh, I gotta cut it, guys. Okay. I
Cool.
got
I
an
was gonna
order.
say I gotta go too.
Yeah, but it was great having you
Thank you,
guys. Let's
guys.
do it again, okay? Let's do it again, please.
Perfect.
Absolutely.
Okay. Thank you, guys.
Take care,
Thank you, Chris.
guys.
Thank you, Tom.
Yeah, man.
I'll see you in a
You're so
minute.
welcome. Talk to you soon.
Bye,
Yeah,
guys.
bye.